Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another episode of Bring It Back. This being a show where I talk about TV shows that were canceled and or short-lived that I would like to see get brought back in some shape or form. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about the ABC network show Take Two. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Take Two is this police procedural kind of comedy crime drama where you basically have this private detective working with this actress. Because basically she's kind of like a down-on-her-luck actress who went into rehab and everything. So she's kind of one of those celebrities that oh man, people, like she kind of had her rise and fall. And basically circumstances led her meeting with this private investigator, and they end up becoming partners, working together, solving cases and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, it was a really cool show. Like, if I had to pick any show to kind of compare it to tone-wise, it definitely felt like Castle. But it was a really neat show, and I was kind of bummed, to learn obviously it got canceled, especially sadly because it only got one season. But I think it was such a fun and really interesting show, because I'm a sucker for police procedurals, especially when you put your own little twist to it. And like I said, very much like Castle was like, oh here's a writer working with the police, here's an actress working with the police, and obviously her using her skills to help investigations and stuff like that, as well as kind of like it's just kind of like obviously the mixed match of personalities from like the private investigator to the actress, like them kind of growing closer while also having like bumping like personalities a little bit, because he's very like serious and stuff, and she's a little it was just an interesting dynamic. And I was just, like I said, I was just bummed that the show ended up getting canceled. It has been 2 years, so I don't know like whether the show would really be in a position for it's one of those things, even after this amount of time, you're still a little hopeful. But I'd assume maybe like a streaming service or something kind of pick it up. Like I said, that's always just the hope of like, me making these videos talking about, oh, here's a show I like that I'd like to see, just get brought back. Once again, this being a situation of not just for like 1 or 2 seasons. I'd like it to come back for, once again, to have a full life, to be, whether it be a, 4 or 5 season type of situation. I mean, go on as long as Castle did. Castle went for 8 seasons. That's a situation all in its own, I've talked about before. But the fact of the matter is, it had a very long life, and I would have loved to see, where this show could have gone if it had, a longer life, So I'm actually not even sure where you can find this. Once again, digital and stuff like that. But once again, if there are any streaming services that I find out about afterwards that you can find this show, I'll, include an annotation for. But really, that's all I'm going to talk about. So the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and good